It's embarrassing to say, but this was my home 2 years ago. When I first caught the furniture flipping bug, I was living in a small apartment. Every room and spare nook was my painting space and storage zone. It all quickly got out of hand. It was time to move, and thankfully in December 2021, we did just that. This video is all about how I transformed my rental garage into my dream furniture flipping workshop. So you want to see how this space gets transformed? Continue watching. This is how it looked when we first moved in. So with the chaos of moving, I just pretty much dumped everything in this garage and just left it be for a few weeks until I had time in late January to begin organising. Previously, I had all my supplies all over the place in my old small apartment. Being able to organise all my paints in one bookcase, all my paintbrushes in the area and my styling accessories was so nice to see it visually, easy to access and have it all organised in one location. With the space now clearer, I could start work on making my movable studio wall. The first step in putting this wall back together is to reattach the L brackets onto the base support. And here it's just reattaching the door panels which had been numbered previously, so I knew which one slotted into each place, and then just drilling in the supports and adding in some back frame supports as well. I'll do this for all three of the door panels. To align and add extra strength to the door panels and make sure that the door panellings didn't have too much of a crack in between them, I screwed in 4 strap hinges. This will help push in the door frames together and make it a bit more seamless. Once I had all these doors reattached, I then carried up the storage dresser and placed that behind it. And this is really good because it just helps as an anchor for the weight and evenly distributes it as I'm moving it around. And it just gives me so much more storage as well in the garage. By screwing in these L brackets on top of the dresser, I'm helping give a bit more support and strength to the backing of the door frames. The last feature to add to my studio wall is the wall panelling detail. Unfortunately, I forgot to label and put the direction of which way this went, so I was having to figure out for a while which was the right angle in which direction, but eventually got there. And I'm just screwing this into the door. Now the construction is complete, we can add on the finishing touches. So I'm just using some plaster to fill in the cracks of the door, and I'm just rehydrating this with some water. And then just applying this liberally into the cracks. I'll let this plaster dry overnight. So to finish out the day, I'm just going to put all my tools and organise this into the dresser. With the plaster now dried, I'm just using a 120 grit and 180 grit to smooth out all these lines. Here I'm just using some leftover house paint to cover up and patch up that plaster line. To make the wall easier to manoeuvre around the space, I'm just adding in a handle on either side and just makes it a bit easier to drag and pull this studio wall. Let me present to you my dream garage workshop. So here I've got the vinyl flooring that I use for staging. I keep all of my finished flips at the front of the garage. That way when customers come in, it's the first thing that they see. And all the pieces that I'm going to be working on or are in stages are kept towards the back end of the garage. All my accessories and tools and things I need for my projects are kept at the back, so it's a bit more hidden. It's so nice to have everything in one location, and it just makes it so much easier to access all the paints and supplies when I'm furniture painting. It's so nice having height and storage space to just put all the pieces that I'm working on or will work on, and these industrial dollies are such a lifesaver in helping me maneuver the furniture in and out of the garage and into customers' cars. It's kind of crazy to think 2 years ago I was furniture flipping in my apartment and it was just everywhere and cluttered and really chaotic, and now I have this incredible garage. I can store my furniture items in this one location rather than in my spare room on the balcony. It's just made my sort of work and home life balance just so much better, and it has been really enjoyable seeing clients that come to the garage to pick up the furniture pieces and they're just so surprised at how it looks, and I'm just so happy to be able to work in a space that is inspiring and just has so much more space to actually work in a really safe and also enjoyable way. So thanks for watching and see you next time.